Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your life, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a rap, it's a revolution. Regal Raps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Raps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
All right, we're here live from the Speedway. Talladega it is tonight for the FFTv Xfinity Series. Checker flag waves here in the practice, getting ready for qualifying. We got them out on track for qualifying. This is James White out there right now. I see him there in the 888. him coming off there is Whitford. Coming there off the back straightaway. Hopefully everybody can hear me. Looking like you can. They're now looking to add the 26 there of Chase Matsko. You see him coming there off the corner. You see him coming there off the corner, trying to see here. That's one button there. All right, there we go. Down through the backstretch goes Ryan Peters. Here he qualified. Trying to get here so I can make sure that I got everything running the way I need to. Tonight's race sponsored by Cigar Time Lounge. Sounds like everything's working right. We still had a few drivers that did not qualify. Spillman, Hammond, Wentland, Greco, Graham, and Davis. All right, here we are with warm-ups underway. Do we have any? I'm going to guess no to that. Let's see here.
Pancake!
There you are. I was wondering if you were going to be coming in with another driver spotlight for us.
I forgot about it, but I'm here now.
I was just about to send you a text there. I'm like, Chase, are you meeting me in the booth?
I got you. I'm here now. Don't you worry.
Who's our driver spotlight tonight?
Matt Mars.
Alrighty. Well, thank you, Chase. And you go ahead with the driver spotlight.
All right, thank you. All right, welcome to Driver Spotlight. We got Matt Mars here from somewhere in Tennessee. Forget what town.
Nobleville.
There you go. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm good, man. How you making it?
Oh, I'm here to turn left, I guess. So how long you been racing at FMA?
I believe my first race was around the end of April. So what are we looking at there? About 6 months, something like that.
So, and how long you been an admin?
I've been an admin for July is when I took over there. So, going on about 3 months there.
I'm trying to get the questions up. Okay. What's your plan for today's race? That's an interesting one for this.
Well, that's something I'm kind of in debate on. I don't know if we'd be better off spending the first 15, 20 laps riding around in the back, trying to be safe and, trying to avoid the big one, or if you're better off trying to get up out front and stay ahead of all of that. But I don't know. We'll just play it by ear. I haven't really made it that far yet.
Yeah. If the pit party is any indication, it might be the wild one.
Yeah, no doubt.
What do you do outside of iRacing for fun?
Well, I like to spend time with my kids, do a little bit of golfing when I can, and do a little bit of duck hunting, deer hunting during the wintertime. That's pretty much it. Work too much.
You do work a lot. How much practice do you put in before a race?
For something like this, not a whole lot. Oval stuff, I don't typically put in a whole lot of practice for ovals. Maybe 20 minutes, just kind of get a feel for my braking zones and how far I can push the car. But GT3 stuff, I may put in, hour or two of practice on that, since I definitely need a lot of help with it when it comes to that aspect.
Yeah, I'm sure my track schedules won't help you.
Yeah. Bunch of stuff I've never heard of.
How would you describe your driving style?
Well, I'm fairly conservative. I'm slow for the most part, and unlucky more than anything.
Yeah.
I think I've maybe finished about 3 races this season, all combined. So, I'm definitely better off, in something like my 87, something you're having to be slow and conserve, and instead of something you're having to push. But
that sounds about right. What's your favorite track?
I would say probably Nashville Fairgrounds, or Nashville Super Speedway. Since they're my home tracks, I tend to gravitate towards those. Something I've seen in real life. I like Bristol, really enjoy it. Maybe Old Atlanta, something you can slide around on.
Yeah. I know you're a big Ford guy, so what's your dream car in real life?
Well, I mean, I am a Chevy guy, but, I guess lottery car would probably be a Shelby GT500 Eleanor, from the movie Gone in 60 Seconds. Something like that maybe, or a 67 Corvette Stingray 427, something along those lines.
That's a good choice.
All old cars. I don't care nothing much about these new ones.
That's fair. I like both, but I get it. All right, I think that's all the time we got. We're about to start, so good luck tonight. Don't
all right,
kill
buddy.
me, please.
Yep, I appreciate it. Good luck tonight in the booth, Adam. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, well, good luck to you both on the track tonight.
All right. Good luck, Adam. See you later. Maybe. Probably not. I suck here.
Anything's possible, though, Chase. You got to keep that in mind.
You're right. I think I finished like 2 of these in my life, so we'll see how this goes. All right. See you, man.
All righty. Get to the grid. All right. Speaking of grid, here we are with the Xfinity Series here tonight from FFTV. This is going to be Al Likens there with the pole. Travis Roberto will start there in second with Donald Ray in third. Nick Tucker rolls off in fourth with Nigel Steele there fifth. And in the sixth will go to William Gay with Matt Mars there in seventh. Juan Subitz there in eighth. Ben Parson there ninth. Robert Milbrath in 10th with Darrell Whitford in 11th. Austin Hahn will roll off there in 12th tonight. Starting 13th, that will be Oh, come on, Alice. Would you roll through the field for me here? Thank you. 13th will go to Chase Matsko, Mike Rowland there in 14th. James White and the 888 will roll off in 15th tonight. Perry Huntington rolls off in 16th. Ryan Peters 17th. Sage Greco in car number 17 will roll off in 18th. Ron Hammond will roll off in 19th. And 20th, that's going to be Joseph Spillman. And the 21st is Jay Davis with PJ Whitland in 22nd. Back there in 23rd, that's going to be the 71 of Graham Connolly. Hopefully everybody's in for an exciting night of racing. We get the FFTv Xfinity Series underway, and as we did, we want to shout out Ben Parsons for happily sponsoring tonight's race. Giving a shout out there to Cigar Time Lounge. They're out of Dalton, Georgia. Oh, there we go. Getting ready for the start as they all head down through the backstretch. Everybody side by side right now. Brad will pull that pace car off. Barney will grab that green flag, and then we'll be at it. Hopefully everybody's excited to see tonight's race. There we go. As we said, Al Likens out there in first as your control car. Coming there into the stripe. They're down and away. Here we go. Green flags in the air. They're down and away. Away they go. And corner number one. Everybody side by side right now. It's going to be interesting to see how these drivers take to tonight. We've got 40 laps here at the Talladega. Yeah, they kind of try to figure out how quickly they want to try to push through the field, where they want to lay low. You see Ben Parson down there in that Cigar Time Lounge on the inside lane there in the number 33, just ahead, behind Matt Mars. Now you got the spore up there of Juan Subas. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm butchering that. We're on board with Juan. Got the 49 up there in about 5th position. Second car back on the outside lane. That Nintendo sponsored machine driven by Nick Tucker. Looking to the outside possibly to try to see. Maybe he thought about going 3 wide, but he thought better of it. They're all down there towards the bottom side of the racetrack, and you can easily get 3, maybe 4 wide if you can hold your line, as it would be tight, but I have seen it done. Going around here out of turn number 3 and 4 here. Yes, it is. That's turn 3 and 4 coming up here to the tri-oval. They got Travis Roberto there in third in that 028. Great shout out to him too, as he sponsored some of the Wednesday night Gen 4 races. As they work down here out of the corner, up there to the top side, goes that 49. He's now caught up there in the sucker lane. There's nobody there behind him. They're going to drive on by him down there underneath, unless he can find some way of side drafting a little bit. to try to get that car back up there towards the front, but he's going to end up pulling back behind the 96 there. Perry Huntington. And see him work down through there. There's Nick Tucker in that 49, as we said. End up sliding back here. Al Likens with your lead still as they roll down here to complete lap number 2. Now they're on lap number 3. It's a 2.5 mile racetrack as they work around here tonight. As you see them down there through the bottom of 1 and 2. Yeah, some of them are starting to single file out. There you see the 15 of Austin Hund. Right behind them is Perry Huntington in that number 96. Daryl Whitford there on the bottom in car number 20 as they work down the backstretch. Krispy Kreme number 8 driven by Steely up there in about 5th. Working there on the inside lane as well. Chase Matsko sitting in about 13th right now in car number 26. And you see them rolling down through the front stretch now. Lap number 4 now on the board as they got 3 in the books. And you're on board with Daryl Whitford rolling down through turn number 1 and 2. You can kind of see that banging. Now we're on board with Austin Hund as he works there off corner. Up here now with Perry Huntington. On the back stretch in the corner number 3 and 4 they'll head. I see them work down on through here. And if you tuned in there at the top of the broadcast, you'll have noticed a brand new commercial there for us here at FFTV from Regal Wraps and Designs. Great job there. Thank you for Shane Billings out there to help us get that put together. Got that number 4 out there. One of the cars, I don't know if it's featured on there or not, but one of the cars done by Regal Wraps is that number 4 driven by Juan. And it'll head on out through the corner. Down through the backstretch. They'll work down through in the corner number 3 and 4. Great job so far by these drivers, putting on quite the show. Everybody side by side, minding everything right now. Coming through 3 and 4. Oh, I'm sorry, back on 1 and 2. Back down the backstretch. Lap number 7 of 40. And we're going down here out of the front stretch, down here through the trioval, across the stripe, and heading towards corner number 1. Now Likens down there in the corner number 1. They go. Donald Ray there in 2nd. Travis Verdo there in 3rd. Nigel Steely there 4th. William Gay in 5th. With Matt Mars now moving himself up the 5th. And they're side by side down the backstretch. Yeah, they work down the backstretch here, side by side. You got one looking to the outside there of the 19, Donald Ray, but, I'm sorry, no, of the 028 there of Travis Roberto. That's the 75 of William Gay. Donald Ray is down there on the inside in car number 19. Second car back as Likens leads the way right now. They work here out of the trioval, down here across the stripe. And see them working off of 2 down here in the corner number 2 down the backstretch. Great looking cars out there. They work down through the backstretch in the corner number 3 and 4. Nick Tucker saying here to win on his driver card down there in the bottom up. Sitting there in about 12th right now. Middle of the racetrack. They're 3 wide there right in front of them. You're on board Robert Milbrath, who's in the middle of all that. Up there on the top side, that is car number 15 of Austin Hunt. No help there. And look out, there goes the 96, getting loose, coming down onto the bottom. They're checking up, and there's the caution as Chase gets collected. Going around the 20 there of Daryl Whitford goes and gets collected. The 41 of Joseph Spillman also involved. Graham Connolly, I don't think he's involved, just ended up checking up hard to get out of the way of all the mess. Oh, caution number 1 out here. You see everything happening out there. You see Graham Connolly checking up big time. See if we can get here with the 20 of Daryl Whitford. That was mainly where it started from, it seemed. You see him down there on the bottom. Then he comes back up, gets caught, goes around. There's you see Spillman. Now you're on board there with Spillman. PC Smoke's going to try to see, maybe draw it. No, Chase guns up, coming down in front of him. There you see problems for Joseph Spillman. Chase Matsko on pit road. See Graham Connolly back here in about 22nd. There's Perry Huntington. 20 of... Where is the 20? No, there it is. Daryl Whitford. Up there on the speedway. Yeah, see the 41 there of Joseph Spillman working his way around. Yeah, we see them all coming to the pits here, lap number 12. Chase Matsko ends up coming back off. We're going to try to get back around here. Still got damage on the back end of that car, and he's not tracking right. He's got his hands full there. As you see that car kind of driving sideways. Yeah, the back end is not wanting to follow the front end. He's going to run with it. We'll see what he can do. I'm thinking he's got to put a little bit of counter steer in that machine. Mike Rowland, Brian Peters, Joseph Spillman, all on pit road still. Lights still on that pace machine.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
All right, back here at the Speedway, as we said. Lap number 13 is on the board. We're going to be on lap 14 when they take the green flag. Coming out of turn 4, pace car is going to drop down there off the racetrack. And we're going to be back, green flag racing here momentarily. Thank you again to Ben Parson sponsoring tonight's race with Cigar Time Lounge as the shout-out. And here off the corner. Green flags in the air, and here we go. Bottom lane, Al Likens down there trying to get that bottom lane moving once again, but got tough competition up there on the top side. Here comes Roberto being pushed along by Ben Parson. As the four of them break away there at the front. As Roberto's trying to get a little bit side draft to work in his favor. It's going to take him a lap to get to full speed here. As he Tucker down there on the inside. Worked his way back up there after getting shuffled out of line. There's 75 there, William Gay diving to the inside row. That's going to take some momentum off of the top side. Here through turn 3 and 4. Everybody hanging on as we got drivers here towards the back. There you see Perry Huntington Chase trying to hang on to there with Spillman. Those two cars pretty well damaged there tonight. Working there off the straightaway down here in the corner number 1 and 2. Side by side, you see that 888 there, James White up there on the top side. Over top of Jay Davis as Davis hugs the bottom line there. Coming out of turn 2. Yellow flag back out on the speedway. Got smoked. Something with Graham Connolly. See if we can see what happened. All right, there in front, check up. Graham Connolly down, hits the bottom. Try to see here who might have ended up with that. As we see there, the tap from the 5, that's the 190. Ron Hammond going around. There's a bad push there from Matt Mars, it looks like. As he just ends up there against the bumper, just gets him loose, and around he goes. I think Mars might be done. I thought I saw that engine expire when he hit the wall. Ryan Peters on pit road. There you see Matt Mars on pit road as well. 25 laps to go. Well, Mars is moving. Maybe he didn't expire. I thought maybe that engine did. Pretty hard hit to the outside wall. Six laps away from halfway. Some cars beat up, still out there trying to make a run in for points. We'll be back after this short message. All right, driver back on pit road with 24 laps to go. Race off pit road. Looks like it's going to be Nick Tucker getting that race. Travis Roberto stayed out. Same with Robert Milbrath. They last pitted at lap 11. So they pitted under the last caution. Chase Masco on pit road. Sage Greco, Darrell Whitford. Sage Greco rolling off of pit road. Ron Hammond in the 190. Joseph Spillman, Matt Mars. Mike Rowland is out in the 6 machine. "24 laps to go." You see Austin Hahn there in about 10th. There you see the 19 of Donald Ray. He's been having himself a pretty decent race there in that yellow machine. Ben Parson up here in 5th. Trying to get that Cigar Time Lounge Chevrolet up there into a podium spot. All right, see Roberto as your control car up there in that 028. I appreciate everybody that tunes in every week, every night that we're live for the racing. Always have a blast here at FFTV, bringing you the action. I see Robert Milbrath there in 2nd, Nick Tucker there 3rd, Nigel Steele there 4th, Ben Parson in 5th, and Donald Ray in 6th with James White there in 7th, Perry Huntington there in 8th as they keep rolling off here. Getting side by side. And see Roberto up there on the top side. Here comes that Krispy Kreme. Number 8, Nigel Steele sitting in 4th. Nick Tucker down there on the inside. They roll here out of turn number 2. Lights are up. We'll take the green flag with 22 laps to go. work here off the corner. Everybody getting lined back up, getting ready for the restart. Looking there at the 20 of Darrell Whitford back here towards the back. He's down there on the inside lane. There you see Donald Ray up there in 6th. Lights are going to go off on that pace machine. Or I'm sorry, the pace machine's going to pull off here coming out of turn 4. On board there with White for the restart. Now on board with Perry Harrington. James White. Pace car's off. They're down and away. As they roll here through the start, green flags out. Roberto way out there in front right now. Everybody's trying to catch back up, trying to get that draft to pull them back into some sort of contention. As you see that Regal Raps machine there of Juan Subas. Back here sitting in about 9th. I work there off the corner. He's driving for Radiant. Down here through the backstretch. That outside lane just got 2 cars in it right now. That is going to be Nick Tucker in the number 49 and Robert. I'm sorry, no, that is the Nigel Steele in the 8 and the 19 Donald Ray. I know that's not the 8 of Nigel Steele. That is the 45, Robert Milbrad, being pushed up to the front there by Donald Ray as they get up there, and they'll drop it down there in front. And you see the 96 there up, Perry Harrington. He's rolling up there on the top side, trying to get that side draft to work. He's got the 4 of 1 there behind him. Working down through that back straightaway in the corner number 3. Nick Tucker out of Snellville, Georgia, sitting there running in about 4th right now on the bottom side of the racetrack. So he's bouncing between 4th and 5th as that top side is trying to get side draft to work and pull them towards the front. Can't quite get anything done yet. 21 laps to go as they work down through the front stretch. Now it's 20 to go as they come across the stripe. Nick Tucker there in 4. Robert Milbrad as your leader. Here comes that 4 now. He's going to try to put it 3 wide as they work down there through the middle. And now here we see Perry Harrington going to drop back in line behind the 4 of Juan as Juan's trying to use that side draft to pull that car up towards the front, which can be done, but it's very difficult. And you see him work there as they come down the backstretch. In the corner number 3 and 4, there you see Ben Parson down there on the inside. In that number 33 for Cigar Time Lounge. Sitting there in about 5th right now. He's the 5th car back on the bottom side. Waiting for his chance to strike. Coming here across. It is now going to be 19 laps to go. We are halfway done with the race. There goes Ben Parson up there to the outside lane. He's going to see if he can hang on there behind some of these drivers to pull himself up there towards the front. Now you're looking there at Jay Davis, the 317. They're on the bottom back here in 10th position. And work down that back stretch. Great shot there of the leaders up there at the front, looking back at the pack. We got Mars on pit road. Roland is out. Matsko is back there about 18 seconds off the pace. And dropping. And see him work out here down off of 4. We got the 19 there, Donald Ray, jumping up there in front of 1. Down here across the stripe they go. And heading towards corner number 1. Milbrad down there on the bottom side. Got to make sure if you're pushing, you push square. You don't want to get somebody loose by catching them only with half of the car. And we've seen that a few times. We actually saw it once here tonight on one of the cautions. Bad push from Matt Mars ended up sending one of the drivers around. Now, I mean, in my book, it's a racing deal, but I mean, you just hate to see that kind of thing happen. As you see them work down here at a corner number 4, back around here onto the front straightaway. On board there with Nigel Skilly, you see everybody fighting for position as they work there off of 4. Down through Tri-Oval, you got Juan back down there on the inside lane, sitting in second right now. Ben Parson up there on the outside behind the 96. Perry Harrington, as Perry's now up there battling for the lead. And see them starting to really amp up the aggression here a little bit. With 17 laps to go. Drivers know they're over halfway through the race. They got to start making a move if they want to make something happen. Parson now looking to the inside of Perry. Can't quite make something happen. Not there. Now they're really pushing here, trying to get moves made. Now Parson ends up just hanging back there. Puts himself back in the fourth right now. Second car on the outside lane. And they work down here out of four, down through the front stretch. One looking there behind the 19 of Donald Ray. Now Perry has the lead as he's up there on the top side, drops it on down. Here comes Parson up there on the outside lane as well. See, I've learned, I'm one of the drivers, if I can feel the outside lanes moving along okay, I'm going to try to stay with the outside lane, as it does seem to be quicker sometimes. But if the momentum's not there, then you do have to try to get down there and run that inside lane, which is kind of what Parson has done. Parson, as your new leader, coming there out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Gone out through 3 and 4, down here through the front stretch. Parson for Cigar Time Lounge out there in front, leading the way here with the FMA FFTv Xfinity Series down through the Tri-Oval. 15 laps to go down here through turns 1 and 2, heading back onto that backstretch. You see that Mach 10 racing machine of that 028 there. Travis Roberto. And we're down here through 3 and 4 now. Up there on the high side, that's the 75, William Gay, being pushed along by Al Likens. Now, Al was your leader when we started tonight. Led quite a bit of laps. Now he's fighting to get back up there to the lead once again. And work through the Tri-Oval. They're all in line. Got the 4 there of Juan Subas. They're in 6. And they went down here out of the back stretch into corner number 3 and 4. Or I'm sorry, that's 1 and 2. Now down the back stretch. Likens there trying to figure out if he wanted to make a move yet or not. 14 laps to go. Down through the back stretch. A driver putting it all on the line here tonight, trying to keep the points. The points really are tight. I know I haven't brought them up yet here this season, but we will start that starting next week. The points are super, super tight here at FMA. The drivers are battling out like crazy. Let's see if I can at least bring them up on my end. Here for the GT3, or no, this isn't GT3, this is the Xfinity. Greco out front. Matsko, William Gay are Matsko and William Gay separated by 1 point. Al Likens back and forth, tied with Steely with 64 points. Peters with 62. So, I mean, it's a very tight race up there in the top 5, 6, maybe 7 drivers. And bring it on down through off of corner number 4. On board there with Donald Ray. Everybody worked down there, off, down through the Tri-Oval, down here across the start-finish line. Ben Parsons, still your leader, out there in front. He's got company up there on the top side, though, from William Gay and Al Likens. He's got Nick Tucker pushing him along. They're on the bottom side. Right behind Tucker, that's going to be the 96 there, up Perry Harrington. 12 laps to go. Which lane's going to prevail, that outside lane or that inside lane? Who's got better momentum? Who's got the better draft hookup? I see them work there off a 2 down that back straightaway. I'm sorry, no, they're coming out of 4. Man, I'm getting all kind of sorts of turned around here tonight. Down here across, in through the tri-oval. Everybody side by side. You got that 3 there of Whitman up there on the outside. He thought about going and trying to get the side draft to work there above the 19, but as a single car, that is very, very tough to do, to try to get a side draft to work. You can almost bring, if you can get the airflow just right, you can almost bring a single car up through the middle, but not up through the outside too easily. Can it be done? I've seen guys do it. Down here through 3 and 4 now. Back around onto the front stretch. Hopefully, if I'm not turned around. Down there, trial, we got the 75, ended up out of line. That was William Gay. Jumping up there. They're starting to get 3 wide now here for the front 2 rows. And see them go up there to the top. That's opening that middle up. That's going to allow the 49 there of Nick Tucker to try to make a move. Bringing with him 1. And for somebody like Parson, who's out front, having 3 lanes to defend can be very, very difficult. You don't want to end up having issues where you end up cutting somebody off. That could be a big problem. And you don't want to get shuffled out of line either. Now you see, there's the 75, William Gay. He's going to end up dropping back here. Not enough help on that true outside lane. Now he's got the 19 of Ray jumping up there to the outside. Now we see at 96 of Perry Harrington jumping out there to the front. Maybe they're through the corner, but here comes Parson now back on the inside. Up there on the outside is Donald Ray. As you see him coming here off the corner. Which lanes are going to form up? Which lanes are going to prevail here? 9 laps to go. What type of race do you think we're going to see here tonight as they come here out of the backstretch? Parson still strong down there on the inside. Now that inside lane is still pretty strong and healthy down there. And those upper 2 lanes, they're starting to gain some drivers. There you see Harrington jump up to the clear outside lane. That's going to shuffle that middle lane up a little bit there, being pushed along by 1. And Nick Tucker being the leader of that. Down across the stripe, 8 laps to go. Down here in the corner number 1. Now you're really starting to see the aggression take hold as these drivers really battle it out, trying to get up there. Points are everything right now, and look out, the 49. What a, oh man, there they go. They're going around. Caution is out, 8 laps to go. Somebody's hood's flying through the air. That looks to be off the 888 there of that National Guard machine. We got all kind of carnage down here out of turn number 2. We'll take a look at it here, try to decipher this. As you see, the 49 trying just to get as much side draft as he can. And the 028, he's trying to be up there to the top just a little bit so he can get some of the air onto that motor. And just not enough room there. Barely not getting there behind Parson. Parson lucky enough not to get involved in it. 1 there, down there to the inside, is going to end up down there below him. That's going to end up turning the 49 once again. As you see, the 75 ends up coming down into him as well. They're going to collect passenger sides together. And there, you see the 888 end up picking up. And man, oh man, where's the 317 go? Does he? Oh, no, he collects there with the 49. There you see them all working down through there. And now there's more damage as they come up there and collect with the 8. Carnage everywhere here. Now you watch them up here on the top side. There you see the 4 getting into the 49. Down across, there it gets into the side of the 84. Now watch them all come down through there on the apron. Driver up there on the top side. Connolly down into the wall. You got Juan down into the wall. Trying to figure out who the 84 is for everybody. Tough break here for drivers. Now here comes this in. Do you pit? Do you not pit? All right, come down here. 7 laps to go. Probably go back green flag green with either 4 or 3 to go. Be back after this short message.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.
Back here from the Speedway. 6 laps to go. Oh, we got that one where it's not right there on the thing. Hey, Tim, work down there through, off the back stretch, down here through, onto the front stretch now. Ben Parsons sitting there in a second. Harry Harrington as your leader. And we'll go green flag racing with 4 laps to go. Perry Harrington having quite the race, up 14, maybe 15 spots from where he started. Sage Greco up 12, maybe 13. And him coming down through the backstretch. Everybody's lined up side by side, anxious to get the race back underway. Here we go. Who's ready to start a good one here? 4 laps to decide it here at Talladega tonight. They're heading on off here through the corner, down in the corner. Number 4 getting ready for the restart. Fred's going to pull off, and we're going to be back green flag racing. 4 laps to go. Mars out there in the pits, rolling out. Saw somebody else out as well. Green flags in the air. Here we go. Down here, heading across stripe into corner number 1. I think that might have been Chase Matsko's out there. 1 is out. Wetland is on pit road. Davis is on pit road. They head out here through the corner. Everybody's trying to battle it out there. You're watching Milbrad down there on the inside in 45. That's what I was trying to look for. That's the 84 machine that I was trying to figure out who it was. Hey, up Parson up there on the outside being pushed along by Al Likens. So I don't think he's going to have too much help here coming towards the end. I think Likens might split off and try to win the race himself. So it's going to be dependent on what type of help is Parson going to have. Now we're here. He sponsored tonight's race in the Cigar Time Lounge. Number 33 here tonight. Cigar Time Lounge being there as a shout-out thanks to Ben Parson as they work down the backstretch side by side. That inside lane still prevailing just a little bit better. That outside lane's trying to get him pushed up and pushed along. And they're trying to figure out who's going to end up pushing up the racetrack. 3 laps to go. There'll be 2 laps when they come across the line. Now you're going to start to see them really start to shift here. Here coming to the line. 2 laps to go here for these drivers. They head down here into corner number 1. Parson up there on the top side. Top side not really getting the help they were hoping for yet. As Parson tries to side draft the 96 there of Harrington. Here off of turn 2. Likens trying to keep it together. And we see that one car making a move up there on the top side. That shoved everybody up. Parson still trying to hang on there in that middle lane. Now he's got cars up there above him, down there below him. That middle lane not having the run it needs. Coming here off of 4, back across the tri-oval. You see Harrington down there on the bottom side. Harrington ends up down there below the yellow line there a moment. That's going to shuffle things up as they come down here to the line. You see that outside lane now trying to prevail. Parsons out there with a nose. Got a 3/4 of a car out there. Who's it going to be? Final lap here as they head off the corner. A little bit of blinky blink out of Austin Hunt in that 15. Is that going to cause issues? Coming down the back straightaway here in the corner number 3 they go. Down there on the bottom side is Perry Harrington. Ben Parson there in the middle. Up there at the top side, that's the 17 there of Sage Greco. Up there trying to battle beside Al Likens. Parson down there on the bottom. And he gets turned and up in front. And whoa, look out. There they go. Carnage is happening. Who's it going to be coming to the line? And I had a feeling something was going to happen. And who's going to finish second? I mean, trying to figure this all out. Donald Ray in the 19. He's got first. Milbrath might be coming across in second. Sage Greco's going to limp across in third. Chase Matsko being a lap down. He's in amongst all this. Man, oh man, oh man. What a finish there. Donald Ray getting the win. Craziness coming to the flag. We will take another look at that. We're still waiting on the official results. All right, bring it on in the pit road. That is your race winner tonight. At number 19, Donald Ray, driving for yellow. Your race results are as follows. Donald Ray out there in front, getting the win. Sage Greco there second. I'm sorry, Robert Milbrath in second, Sage Greco third, Ryan Peters there fourth, Nigel Steely fifth, Joseph Spillman there sixth, Austin Hahn in seventh, Ron Hammond in eighth, Al Likens there in ninth, Ben Parson 10th, Darrell Whitford there 11th, James White in 12th, Nick Tucker 13th, William Gay 14th, Perry Harrington there in 15th, Travis Roberto there in 16th, Graham Connolly there 17th, Chase Matsko in 18th, Jay Davis 19th, in 20th is P.J. Wentland. In 21st, Juan Subas. Matt Mars in 22nd. Mike Rowland rounds out your field here tonight in 23rd. All right, here we go now. Let's take another look at this, then we'll get with the drivers real quick. Come here to the line. That's not it. Coming to the checkered flag. Mayhem ensued. They were coming here to the line. Let's see if we can see what exactly might have broke down there. Crazy Donald Ray getting through it. He's second car back down there on the inside. So coming here through that short stretch into corner number 3. Or I'm sorry, off the backstretch into corner number 3. You're going to watch it here as they come through. Parsons going to try to come down a little bit. And something happens. It just takes the air off of the 33. Gets him loose. The air comes off the back of that 33. Ends up cutting him down. Up in the air goes the 96 of Harrington. Parson ends up going up, catching Likens. Likens then comes down. He's going to end up sideways there with the 15 of Austin Hund. And it becomes a bottleneck there. Everybody's trying to check up, figure out where they can go. There you see the 028 of Travis Roberto getting sideways there, getting pushed along. Austin Hahn then gets turned. He's going to come down, and he'll catch the 75. And the 75 then goes spinning up the racetrack, up into the 41. This was a topsy-turvy. Who's going to finish where? None of these drivers here you see coming here across the line. There are your second or third. And there you see a punt there to the 028 from the 45 of Milbrath. Where's Sage Greco? Sage Greco's still up here on the racetrack. He's going to bring it on down there. He's going to finish. Here comes the 5 of Peters. Man, oh man, what a finish there. Wow, is all I got to say. Man, oh man. All right, let's get with Sage Greco. Good evening there, Sage. How's it going?
I have no idea why I'm in here right now. No
right
idea.
place, right time, I guess. We could chalk it up to that.
Dude, it was a drag race between me and Ryan there. We were going about 60 miles an hour at the end.
I mean, that was nuts.
Yeah, I got shuffled there. I mean, the 90% of the race, I just hung out in the back and avoided all the wrecks. It was like 5 to go at last restart. I'm like, yeah, I might as well go for it now. But I ended up getting shuffled on the outside, like the very top row. There was only one dude behind me, but we were actually doing pretty good. Yeah, I guess coming off 3 and 4 there, I don't know what happened, but I just stayed in the gas and downshifted, kept it straight.
About praying is all you could do in a sense like that. I mean, because they were just bouncing off of everything.
Yeah, kept her matted.
So, I mean, for not thinking you'd get up here, you got sponsors, shout-outs, anybody you want to thank for trying to get up here in the third anyway?
No, man. That's it, man. I appreciate it.
Alrighty, well, congrats on third place tonight. I'm sure that'll help you out a little bit in the points. And
Yeah. Got past here with a top 5. I'll take it.
Congrats, and we'll see you in future FMA races.
Oh yeah, brother. Thanks.
That was Sage Greco. Now to get with Robert Milbrath. Good evening there, Robert. How's it going?
It's going good, Adam. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Man, oh man, you had to avoid carnage there, and you ended up giving the bumper there to the 028. Travis.
All I know is I just saw a bunch of wrecking, and I said, please hold on and let's get through this.
I mean, they were everywhere. I didn't know who was going to come out on top.
I didn't even realize I made it to second, so I was highly surprised there. I just remember Talladega nights. Just stay high, Cold Trickle.
Find the clear spot and aim for it. That's pretty much the best luck you have.
Yes, sir.
But great job getting through most of the carnage here tonight. I know you got a little bit there at the end, but I mean, hey, you pulled off a second place there.
I did. It was a great race. Was first for a little bit and then fell back some damage and saw a great wreck in front of me.
Well, you got any sponsor shout-outs, thank yous you want to give to here tonight for getting that second spot?
No, I don't have any.
Well, Lady Luck shined her light on you tonight, that's for sure.
He did. We're going to put some points on the board. Thanks, Adam.
All righty. You have yourself a good night there, Robert.
You too.
That was second place, Robert Milburn. Now we'll get with our victory winner, Donald Ray. Good evening there, Donald. How's it going?
Doing good, Adam. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing well. Were you thinking you'd end up talking to me at the end there?
Well, I honestly thought that I was going to finish second. I was going to be happy with pushing Perry to the win there. I told him, I think with 2 laps to go, to hold the yellow and he wins the race. And went back and watched the replay, and looks like that last mistake there was on me. Got into the left rear bin. I already told him that was my bad. And I don't like races finishing like that, especially if I'm the cause of it. But I'm sure there'll be some penalty points there, but that's fine. Still leaving with the win. I did expect to finish up front, but I didn't expect to win. I was going to be happy pushing anybody else to the win there.
I mean, it was a tough race there at the end, and anything could have happened there. And I honestly don't know if you got into him, truthfully.
I went back and watched. It looked like it was netcode, but I may have got him anyway, even if it wasn't for netcode, if I went up just another inch. But I know my right rear was the cause of his left rear kicking out, so I'll take the blame for that one.
I mean, tough racing is what that was coming out of the flag.
Yeah, that's a risk that people take when they want to side draft and hold people tight down. It can happen, especially when I'm pushing Perry there, trying to push him through the corner and down the straight. And I was trying to stay locked to his bumper as long as I could until my engine blew up. And of course, when you do that, it gets a little bit more unstable, and which is why I watched up just a hair there and was just enough to get Ben.
I mean, you had a great night of racing, a great finish there, and you got sponsor shout-outs. Anybody you want to thank there for getting the win tonight?
I just want to thank everybody in the league. I mean, that was a pretty dang clean race, 40 laps. I think we had 2 legit cautions.
You had 3 cautions.
3 cautions. Still ain't bad. 40 laps with this many cars. A shout out to you, Adam, for jumping back in and be willing to broadcast for us. I know a lot of people like going back and watching those. I know for sure I will, especially with this win. I like seeing these types of races.
It was a great race in there the last 10 laps. I mean, you guys were trying to push 3 wide. Lots of great movement going on. Couldn't ask for a better show there at the end of the race.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Alrighty, well, you enjoy your victory here tonight. Hopefully that'll help you out a little bit in the point standings. I notice you're not in the top 10 yet, but we'll see how the season goes.
Yeah, we'll see. 2 out of 3 races, both of them top 10, so we'll see what that does for us, and hopefully I can make a few more races.
Alrighty, well, congrats, and we'll see you in the next FMA race you might join.
All right, Adam, take it easy, buddy.
You too. All right, that was Donald Ray, our race finisher here tonight. I want to thank everybody for coming out, watching here tonight. Great great job here by the racers, putting on a great show. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. We know we did here at FFTV. Can't wait for another showing here tomorrow night as we take on the Regal Wraps and Designs Road Series GT3s here at FMA. That'll be, again, that race broadcast will start somewhere around 9:15 Eastern. So 9:15 Eastern time tomorrow night. Can't wait to see what we got going on. Thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a great and wonderful night.
Precision is our language. Creativity is our weapon. And perfection is the only option. Your ride, your brand, your image, elevated to a level that can't be ignored. This isn't just a wrap, it's a revolution. Regal Wraps and Designs, where power meets style, and style becomes unforgettable. At Regal Wraps and Designs, we don't follow trends, we set them. Every line, every finish, every detail is built to dominate. From flawless vehicle wraps to bold custom designs, we take your vision and redefine it. Seamless statements, artful accents, hues of harmony. We are Regal Wraps and Designs.